The first line of protection we have put in place is a resilience corridor for tourism travel. Tourist movement in this area will be controlled and they will not be allowed to leave the corridor.
What Destination Jamaica has done with the Resilience Corridor, which was, I think, was a master stroke from the Ministry of Tourism in setting that up and getting the TPDCO certifying the hotels and establishments to reopen, has done well, because what they're doing is making sure that the protocols are all in place and ready to go.
If you look in the Caribbean, not many countries took the bold move to put in place a resilient corridor. Resilient corridor is important because if you notice throughout the Caribbean and the world, countries have either gone full open or major lockdown. Jamaica, because of the size of our country, it would be very, very tough to go with a full lockdown. And because we are concerned about everybody's health, it would be very tough to go with opening everything up. So the resilient corridor was put in place, I say with a lot of joy, to enable an in-between ground so that our industry can have a chance to not prosper, but to survive.
The corridor essentially moves from Negril along the main road areas, east-northeast, along that highway all the way to Port Antonio, so that all the properties on the windward side, or the beach side, so to speak, would be embraced in that corridor.
What we have seen to date is that it has worked reasonably well. It has worked well. We have really focused on making sure the compliance is in place.
To guide businesses that are reopening, we have designed detailed operating protocols for each segment of the industry, and it's contained in this document. From training to supplies to procedures, everything is covered in this document. Businesses within the corridor will go through extensive training and will not be allowed to open until they have been assessed by TPDCO. If the assessment is successful by the TPDCO, they will receive a certificate, and they will receive that certificate, which must be displayed properly in their establishment to indicate that their business is TPDCO protocol compliant.
We work closely with the TPDCO to monitor and ensure that the required surveillance is taking place throughout. It's not that guests are right now allowed to openly go anywhere in the corridor. It was supposed to be a phased reopening. It started first with just hotels. So people coming into the island had to stay within the hotel. Then it was expanded to include COVID resilient certified transport, going to COVID resilient certified attractions. And again, you're following the same chain. It's 27,000 at the last count of tourism employees that are now trained, COVID resilient trained. They are trained in the protocols, they're trained in the specific adoption of the protocols for whatever area they work in. There's also 70 officers that are on the front line from TPDCO that are dealing with the inspection, training, and enforcement, as well as over 120 DC officers that were traditionally from the tourism force, courtesy corps. So there is a full range of oversight taking place, and so it's really a joined up approach. It's a private sector, public sector approach to ensuring the compliance. There is a continual effort to monitor the improvements in the science and to improve what the protocols are, as well as to look at if there are any scientific improvements that can help with testing or the improvement of the testing and the cost of testing, etc.
The World Travel and Tourism Council, a global leader in the tourism industry, has reviewed and endorsed our protocol with their stamp of approval. It is important to recognize that the support will not stop once the assessment is complete. The workers will receive ongoing training and the comfort of knowing the businesses that they are involved in while we monitor and ensure that there is ongoing compliance on the part of all.